Hello everyone, my name is Paul John. This is my final project presentation. Um, the topic is securing corporate network. Hope you enjoy this presentation. So the problem statement is a cloud computing is a method in which physical servers are transformed into cloud-based servers. By using physical computing, this transformation is proposed and carried out because of its characteristics like effectiveness, great adaptability, and redirections. Either a company is financial or non-financial. So when I say financial or non-financial, I'm talking about company that deals with uh, finance, like let's say like a bank or a company like McDonald's. Those are financial companies. There are some companies that do not deal with like credit card and all that. So the biggest cyber risk for it is the risk of data breach. So data is the most important asset of any organization. So therefore, securing data and systems is the topmost priority nowadays. So the importance of the problem is that most renowned IT organizations are moving towards cloud computing in order to reduce connections with the server provider and to reduce the administrative toil. This shift towards cloud computing is changing the perspective of the IT field. So this is a Jasper technology. So that's what I'm using for this project. So Jasper Technologies provides SaaS to EOS. So SaaS is software as a service to Internet of Things devices. So Jasper originated in 2004, establishing its head office in California. So Cisco, which is a big name in the IT name, partnered with Jasper when Jasper was developing at a rapid pace and its revenue was touching skies by generating revenue of 1.4 billion US dollars. Cisco took possession of Jasper on March 22nd, 2016. So now the company deals with more than 100 wireless providers, more than 3,000 clients. So the control center of Cisco operated in 6 nations and more than 9 organizations. So Jasper deals in offering digital technology that is automated and helps in the transfer of applications and services over the internet. So the company is automatically able to track the movement of its whole Internet of Things framework. Organizations such as IBM, Amazon, and Google by utilizing SaaS to control the initiation, billing, and protection of administrations and data streaming by using the company's devices. So the control center of Jasper provides services for a seamless and fast connection through the Internet of Things hardware. So this is done by pacing up the operations of enhancing client experience, reducing operational expenses, and increasing growth revenue. So one of the main focus of SaaS provided by Jasper is to manage and automate the chain of Internet of Things hardware and solutions. Jasper additionally plans to fortify the each stage by offering different assistance, for example, digital network analytics, organizational Wi-Fi, and security. So phase one, planning. So this phase we discuss the topology, design of the network, along with describing what equipment will be used in the project and by what security plans. The objective of the project can uh, be achieved. This phase will additionally address the project's timeline and the cost analysis to maintain the budget given by the client and to maintain the deliverables in excellence. So phase two, which is hardware installation. So the plan made in phase one will be used to install virtual components of the network design topology. Moreover, the components which were complementary, such as the rack mounts, cabling, etc., uh, were also installed. At the end of phase two, devices of open system interconnections, layer one we set up and prepare for phase three. So project phases, phase three, so system implementation. In this phase, suggestions for the network design will be made. This suggestion will depend on what the project requires and demands. So the project involves the interaction of two organizations. So the project implementation plan must have everything that will facilitate the migration of the data safely. So the implementation plan must address the reason for migration, fundamental migration work, migration schedule, how the migration will be secured, migration backup, hardware and software that will be used to do the migration. Requirements, assistance plan, and verification procedures, which will be carried out after implementation. Furthermore, in this phase, we will try to bring the hardware of the system online along with completing the routing, switching, and installment of all security protocols. So phase four, testing. Testing phase will inspect every applied standard against the default criterion for productivity, efficacy, functioning, security, redundancy, and fault threshold. Phase 5, education. So this phase is set to educate and train the client on how the system will work and how they can control it. Maintenance of the system will be done first weekly and then later monthly to make sure the system runs seamlessly. And then online survey data. The user is asked to fill a survey. The information of that survey is then conveyed to the company. 2. Observation data. The data collected at the user end. Panel data. The data information provided by the user while surfing the net is collected by the company. SP data. It is the data gathered by assessment of the traffic on any network. This data is supplied to the vendor. SP data is not secured. System interfaces. External. So the system will be accessible online, and so most devices will be able to connect to it without issue. Cell phones, tablets, and personal computers should have no issue utilizing the system through their service provider. So system interface, internal file servers will help maintain a connection between the user and the system data. Data flow diagram, vision, smart draw, Lucy chart. So DF diagram is helpful in examining the system. So they also show what element of the design serves that purpose. So the supervisors of any project must be kept updated with any addition of deletions being made in the design that will affect the end product. Mostly two sorts of DF designs are used in projects to make a DF design: gain and Sassoon diagram, or Jordan and code diagram. Notations, arrows, and lines are used to show the flow of data between values. These values illustrate how the data is flowing. Clients and workers, which are the external vendors that are not usually shown on the DF diagram. So this is the data flow diagram. As you can see, the customers are always the top priority of every company. We're trying to make the company customers to feel better because they are the reason why uh, companies functioning, because customers bring in the money to run the company. Data description, company's business information, memos, financial documents, planning documents, etc. should be classified as company only. So company's customer data, contacts, details, contact, billing information, etc. should be classified as company only. Email being sent and received among uh, between companies employees should be classified as company only. An email being sent and received amongst between non-companies employees should be regarded as unclassified. And human resources information, employment contracts, salary information should be classified as confidential. Network management data, IP address, password configuration, files, etc. should be classified as confidential. Published information, pamphlets, performance report, material, marketing materials, etc. should be classified as shared. Data processing. In this project, to analyze and process data, a technique known as the K-clustering algorithm will be used. This technique effectively processes data by using machine learning advancement. It separates data according to its size and similar properties, that is, big and small clusters. By doing so, data becomes easy to access and process. K-clustering also utilizes mathematical applications to make the data sets easy to process. Utilizes iterations to form a K number of clusters from the provided data set for examination. Documentation. Firstly, all the security concerns provided by the supplier will be evaluated, declining the liability to risk and records assets. While certification, identifying integration. Transition to cloud-based service. So outlining. To shift the user data to cloud servers, a process will be designed to ensure smooth shifting and as per the schedule. Adaptation, the internet application will be adapted through the cloud server atmosphere. Transformation, a totally unique license agreement protocol will be adapted. This is the transition to cloud-based server. So this project talks about how a company, Jasper, uh, will shift its data to the cloud and so forth and so on. Um, I feel extremely delighted that I got the chance to write this reflection around the completion of my capstone final project. I spent almost 3 to 4 hours every day for 1.5 months to do research, such as going through research. Um, because of my time, I'm going to rush through this. I covered every topic and fulfilled all the needed center points. If I talk about how my whole MS went, then I must say that it was an exceptional journey. This is my reference.